Okay. It's recording?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Hello, guys. It's the first episode, episode 0. And the number 0 is such a strange, magnificent number. 0 views, 0 money, 0 friends. I'm joking. But yeah, welcome to the Mindful Students. This is a family, this is a community where we learn to listen others people's voices so that we can learn to listen better to our own. So today, guest, it's yeah, we feel so serious because this is not serious, but we're taking it so seriously. Today podcast is no one but my best brother, my best friend ever, Jacobo Valencia. He's an amazing dude. He's one of the most mindful people I know, so what a better guest, first guest for the Mindful Students podcast. Is it recording? Yes. So yeah, Jacobo, how are you, man?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm great, man. Yes, it's been we've been living in France together for the past 2 years. Both me and Jacobo, we have moved countries, moved friends, changed the environment so many times, and I think Jacobo knows very well how it feels to change. Now we just moved to the Netherlands, and it's another new change, another new environment to see. So, how do you feel about this change, man?
I think change in one's life is necessary, and I think it's imminent, it's natural, and we shouldn't stop it from happening because it's necessary for one to grow. So one's life needs change, and the more we allow it to happen, the more we're gonna grow individually.
Yeah,
I
man,
think.
that's so true. Yeah, change is a requirement for growth. Yeah, and
What do you think about that?
yeah, honestly, if I look back at my life, I see that the moments I've changed and I've seen more change around me is also the moments I've seen more change inside me.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
so being here in front of this video and this podcast, it's also a big change.
It's also a huge change.
Yeah, and
A huge step that you need to take in order to get to somewhere.
yeah.
Is also a change because I think it's a change in your mindset. Saying, okay, I'm gonna start, I'm gonna do it, then something immediately changes. And
yeah,
I think change is great.
yeah,
I love change.
that's
I think we should embrace it.
yeah. And you said something very interesting. When the world outside us changes, we must change inside too, because otherwise we cannot keep the pace. So when you move to a new country, you have to adapt. You have to change. You have to adapt to the culture. You have to change to the people you've seen around you. And yeah,
Definitely. I agree. I think I have a short story. When I first moved to Indonesia, I moved with one of the people I moved with. She thought that other people had to adapt to her, and she didn't think that she had to adapt to other people. It was her first time leaving the country, and she had a really hard time because of this. And I don't want to sound like I'm showing off for everything, but I think I allowed myself to say, okay, I'm the one in a different country, I'm the one living in a different culture than mine, and that's why I'm the one who needs to adapt. And I think also allowing yourself to adapt to other things and to open yourself to other perspectives also helps you understand more about life and the world and universe in general.
yeah,
And just perspectives in general help you understand so much more than you would if you kept your own perspective and you weren't open to listen to other perspectives of other people.
yes, man. Absolutely agree. Yes, because the beauty of life is growing, and to grow you have to be open, to be open to change.
Yes.
And it's hard, by the way, to change. It's one of the hardest thing I believe we can do, and that's it. I'm sorry, there we are like in a forest.
Weird sounds.
With weird sounds. But yeah.
It's first podcast, guys.
First podcast. We don't have a studio. The studio is our world.
The forest. No, you should. It's your podcast. You should keep your studio in a forest.
Yeah.
Just make your recording place a forest always.
That's such a nice idea.
Different spots.
Yeah.
And then it
That would be an amazing.
nature and stuff.
That's an amazing idea.
Just like this.
Yeah. Guys, by the way, if you have ideas, if you have ideas of where I should shoot podcast, as Jacobo said, or who you want to hear, what you want to discuss about with us, please send me feedback. Send me on Instagram, on an email. I'm addicted to my emails. That's another good conversation. You delete all your social medias from the phone and you keep the emails, and that becomes the addiction. Amazing.
There's always gonna be an impulse where when you get bored or when you feel anxiety, you need to find something.
Yeah.
And if you don't have social media anymore, you go to your emails.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it sounds weird, but this guy go to his emails, so
Email me. Yes, man. And but yeah, we were saying that change is one of the hardest thing to do, and that's also because as humans, we have our brain, and our brain moves towards what is familiar, towards what knows best, and that it is especially true when we are stressed. When we are stressed, we go into habitual mode. We keep doing the habits, so we grab the email, we grab the social medias, the Instagram, and all the other things that are just behaviors we go, because in somehow we are scared from change of our emotions, of taking.
We don't. I think. Sorry for.
No, it's okay.
I think we do this because we want to always be in our comfort zone, and that is the opposite of change, basically.
Yeah.
So we need to embrace change and say, okay, if I change this, I might grow I will most probably grow, because all the experiences, good or bad, either help you grow in a superficial way, or if they're bad, you can learn from them and grow then as a person, or you can learn from every situation, I think.
Yeah.
So I think change is great, because going out of your comfort zone, for example, with social medias and stuff like this, can teach you so many things about what real life is, outside your phone, outside all these things that are so superficial. So just as an example, that little change of maybe deleting Instagram for a while can make so many changes in your life and in your internal, I don't know, in your, inside you.
Yeah.
To say.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, even something so little, even the smallest of changes, like deleting Instagram, can make such a difference.
What's your experience with that? You did that.
Oh, yeah, I did that. And honestly, I still go on Instagram maybe once every 3 days, and I keep it on a single device, so on my iPad. So I know it's not on my phone. It's not there. I have to consciously and intentionally go search for it. But I can tell you that, yeah, it's when you change, even in the smallest ways, you understand actually how your own blueprint of life, how your own blueprint of what it's normal keeps you in a limited way. Keep being okay. I'm losing myself. I'm definitely losing myself.
It's okay, you can get it back.
Yeah, no, I will not delete this, man.
No.
And you know what? Because change requires effort and mistakes. So doing mistakes in my first podcast. I think it's very natural.
Definitely.
So, and that's also what I want to convey as a message.
Yeah.
So yeah, it will be unfair to the
You'll never be the best in your first video, and it's already a huge change and a great step to make to even record your first record a first podcast, because I think it doesn't matter if you make mistakes, it's normal.
Yeah.
And the more mistakes you make, the more you will learn from what you're doing, and that's the change, I think.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lizard, I think.
Yeah.
See, good things about recording in a forest.
Yeah. Oh yes. Well, maybe somebody is listening now and is going through a big change. And given all what we said, that change is difficult, but change makes you grow. How can we find a way? What do you think can be a constructive way to take change in a positive and healthy manner? How can we do that, do you think? What do you think?
So you're asking how we can make change healthy?
Exactly. How can we go through change, which is something by nature stressful sometimes, in a way that is less stressful and more healthy, more easy?
Well, since we're always so used to staying in our comfort zone, I understand that going out of our comfort zone might be very stressful. And for some people, you might get anxious, or all these things that might happen to you that keep you from leaving your comfort zone. I think it's something necessary. But just knowing that if you take the step and you know that change is going to benefit you in the long run and in the short run even, mostly, or even both inside you and in the external factors of your life. Knowing that and going forward thinking that this is going to be good for me gives you the drive to actually do it, instead of thinking, oh, this is going to make me so anxious, I'm going to be so stressed. And and there are tools, I guess, that can help you relieve that anxiety and that stress, like meditation. I couldn't give a best tool, and this guy introduced me to it, and it's so great. So knowing that the change is good and going forward with the change, having that in mind, I think that's the best thing you could do. Because instead of Tony Robbins, this guy used to tell me all the time, where focus goes, energy flows.
Yes, man.
And if you focus on the good thing of change, then it will only be good.
Yes, man.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I totally agree. And one of the most beautiful part of it is that when you actually get into this mindset that change is positive, then you can't stop changing. You become addicted to change. At least that has been my case. I've been going through this repetitive mental pattern for so long time of anxious emotions and negative thoughts, which limited my courage. And I didn't have the courage to start a podcast or sometimes go talk to a girl. Or
now you do.
Now I do. I see a guy I want to meet, a stranger I want to give a compliment, and I go, and I find that yes, having changed my approach to things in general, especially my shyness. Can you call it shyness?
Yeah.
Shyness, it has been one of the greatest thing ever. And also, when you're shy, when you're anxious, you cannot think that you can change at all. But actually you can, because change is always possible.
And most of the times it's positive as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you focus on the positive part and on the positive side of change, then it will only be positive.
Mm-hmm.
And for example, for a shy person, if you're shy, you might feel a lot of anxiety talking to people or going up to someone and introducing yourself. You might find it really hard. But that little change that you can do is going to change so much for the better inside you, and I think you know it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
change is great.
Yeah. You transform, you transcend your own limited thinking. And yeah, it's incredible because truly before I was scared of meeting new people. Now I'm excited to meet new people. So you completely, I'm sorry to repeat the word change so much, but you actually change, you will change. It is about transforming and evolving.
And it's so easy. I mean, it's easy for me to say, but I was also shy. And eventually it's just this little switch that you need to do in your mindset that just changes so much, you know, and will change your life forever. If you stay being shy, for example, you're gonna miss so many opportunities that you could have gotten if you were not shy. Like meeting so many new people, so many amazing people, because the world is full of amazing people, and you can learn from everyone. So if you stay with, again, perspectives, if you stay with your own perspective and you're not open to listening to other people's perspective, you won't learn much, because you always stay with your own way of thinking.
Yes. And one thing I think it's important to acknowledge is that even though you have a positive mindset and your attitude is towards change, you can still have fear and anxiety, because you will still find out that was my case. Like, even if you understand, oh yes, now I've listened to the Mindful Student first podcast and I want to go and take some major changes in my life, you will still see that it's going to be hard. It's going to be, again, challenging, because it is different. It is not what you're used to do. And in that moment, when you see that person, when you have that occasion, when you want to open the podcast, and you will feel that little fear, but it's there that you have to make the biggest change and take the action. And with that little step, again, you will have to take other steps, which will all mostly likely include still some fear and anxiety. But at some point, you will see that it's gone.
Yeah, I think that fear is so normal, because the fear is a natural thing that is meant to protect you, right? But when you think about it and you know that what that fear is doing is not actually protecting you, but more like keeping you from the unknown, you know, keeping you from leaving your comfort zone, then when you say, okay, in this case, fear is not protecting me as a physical body or as my integrity, but it's protecting more of me not leaving my comfort zone, not being comfortable where I am. That's where you actually need to say, okay, I need to do it.
Yes.
And that's when you feel that fear and you identify that it's not protecting you, but more like keeping you from leaving your comfort zone. That's when you can do it. I think it's like when you say, okay, should I jump this cliff where there's a lake and I know I'm gonna have fun, and should I jump or should I not jump? And you know it's just water and you can just jump and it's gonna be fun. But it's just fear, you know, like, oh, I'm so scared, I want to do it. But it's fun, you know, and you're gonna have a great experience, but you just don't do it because this thing is keeping you in your comfort zone. And I think the best thing is to leave your comfort zone and say, this is my time, and I embrace change.
Yeah, it's
just like, fuck it.
Don't say bad words, they will ban my podcast. I'm joking.
You can just bleep it.
Oh yeah, it will be so hard in the editing. Okay, it's okay. No, but yeah, it's paradoxical how fear, which is basically meant to protect us, because that's how we happen to have this emotion. So you see a tiger, we all know it, and damn, it's better to have some fear kicking in, so adrenaline kicks in and you ride, you run. But sometimes that thing that it's meant to protect us actually trap us.
Exactly. Yeah.
Trap us. Trap? Like trap?
Yeah.
Trap. So sorry, man.
It's okay. It's your podcast. You can do whatever jokes.
You know, that's totally true. We'll turn this into a stand-up comedy. The mindful stand-up comedy. Yeah. By the way, you can hear that, yes, I have not introduced myself. I'm Giovanni, and you can understand that I'm from Italy from my accent, I believe.
It's a great accent.
Really?
Why not? Yeah, I think girls find that accent attractive. It's a bomb.
Yeah, and Jacobo Valencia. Jacobo has the whitest teeth I ever seen on this earth. No, yeah, man. Life is great. Nice being in this forest with you, man.
Nice.
Yeah, nice being on this podcast with you guys, and I'm watching my phone. Hopefully that somebody gets this recording and finds some inspiration, and
That would be amazing.
that would be amazing.
Yeah. Guys, embrace change. Change is good.
Change is good.
Don't be afraid of change. You know?
No, wait, because we just said being afraid is normal, so
No,
be
it is
afraid of
normal.
change, but do it anyways. I will say that that's the message.
Be afraid of change. I wouldn't be.
No, don't say
I
be
wouldn't.
afraid of
I wouldn't encourage people to be afraid.
Don't be afraid of
Don't
change.
be, yeah.
Yeah.
But don't be afraid of change. Know that it's normal to feel that fear.
Yeah.
But once you feel it, and once you know that it's keeping you from going out of your comfort zone, do it. That's the message.
Yeah.
And know that change is always going to go well.
Yes.
One way or another, it's always going to have a good outcome.
Yeah.
It's either superficially good, or if not, you learn
Yeah.
from change. So it's always going to be good.
And yeah, as you said, maybe not in the short term. You may not see the benefits of the change like the day after or the second after, but to manifest the positives sides of it, you may need to wait some months maybe. But then you look back and you say, wow.
If you're aware of everything that's going on, you can say, okay, this changed, and this is good, this is nice, this is not that nice, and you can recognize every little thing that's changing due to the change that you decided to make. So I think, not every time it's gonna be immediate, but you can recognize the little, what happens once you make that change that you've been wanting to make for so long. Maybe
Yeah.
it's not being shy. Maybe it's starting a business. Maybe it's, leaving your comfort zone in general. Whatever your comfort zone is, do it.
Yes. Do it. Do it. Man, I believe we are almost there, almost to the finish of the first episode of the Mindful Students, the most mindful family on the planet.
And be the first episode of many, guys.
Yeah, of many. Yes, you will see next. Then
Improvements.
you will see the improvements.
Because that's the goal.
Yeah,
Improve.
to improve and to learn together. That's the thing.
The goal, I mean, in a bigger sense, just to improve, to evolve, to be better. So this episode, this is what we have. Then keep going. Every time it's gonna.
Yeah, exactly. And next week I'll do my best to interview a very special person, which will be most likely a prostitute. That's my idea. And I will bring this type of content. I will interview this kind of people because I think hearing and learning about others people lives and stories, it's a big way to learn about ourselves. That's all this podcast is about. So
Look forward to that, guys.
look forward to
Next
that.
episode.
And last thing, Jacobo, before you leave us, what is what is the best advice you ever received?
The best advice I've ever received. I don't know. I've received so many. Can't think of something right now. What's the best you've received? Where you don't want to give it in your first episode?
Well, one of the best advice I ever received was take it, but take it easy. You know, take change, but take it easy.
Yeah, you could use.
Take life's punches in the face, but take them easy and keep going.
Yeah, I think if I say maybe the best advice, that would open a huge conversation that we don't have time for.
Well, say it.
I think embrace suffering as well.
Yes.
Because I actually know this goes to the topic, because suffering is change.
Yeah, yeah.
Suffering is, I think, one of the side effects of change sometimes.
Yeah.
And when you suffer, that means you are learning so much.
Yes. Yeah.
So much. If you know how to take that experience and take it for yourself for the better in the future. It's not gonna be like that forever. You're not gonna suffer all your life. It's temporary. But suffering is necessary in life for you to learn. Sometimes there's some things that need to be learned that way. I think. So I'm not saying suffer, but I'm saying when you suffer, it's not going to be forever, and know that that's going on for a reason. Then you're going to learn from that.
Yes. As Master always say from Kung Fu Panda, there are no accidents. No, this is if we believe in destiny or something. But no, you're right. Guys, take change, embrace the suffering that comes with it, and know that it's going to make you grow.
Yes.
It's going to make you grow.
It's going to make you grow and evolve and better in the long run for yourself and for others.
Man, we done it! The first podcast. And where this is gonna go, it just depends on me and you. Not only you, Jacobo, no, exactly you listening to the podcast. So, show support if you want to show support. Come up with ideas because I want to hear your idea. And let's keep going. Let's keep changing, guys.
Keep changing.
Thank you for listening. And here's the
What's gonna be your goodbye phrase?
Yeah, that's something I must
think of one right now, and that's gonna be the one until the end of your podcast. Quickly, first thing that comes to mind.
Fly, rise, and smile.
Fly, rise, and smile, guys.
Fly, rise, and smile. Thank you, guys. Thank you for listening. Thank Jacobo for joining. He will be back on the podcast. Absolutely. And let's keep going, guys. Thanks. The Mindful Students Podcast 1. Goodbye.